Hey, Clubhousers, we're going to start the show soon. If anyone is here, no one's here. Someone was here, and then they left.
Studios in Hollywood, California. You're listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. We've all been one, so let's talk about it. Now, here's your host, Doug Bass.
He's an asshole, sir.
He's an asshole.
Hey, Bassholes, what's going on? Welcome to I'm an Asshole, I'm a Basshole. We're going to talk about all that good stuff today. Thanks for joining the show here on YouTube Live and all these streaming platforms. Welcome to the show. Thanks for subscribing, all that stuff. We got a great show today. Make sure you subscribe to the Instagram and all that good stuff. We have comedian Willie Cristal here today, and Rob DeRocha is here as well. Guys, I feel like I'm surrounded by assholes, so let's get into this, shall we?
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Guys, how is everyone doing? Welcome to I'm an Asshole, Basshole.
What's up, fucking assholes? How you doing?
Good. Willie.
Is my mic on?
Yeah, it is on.
Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's because of the air conditioning. We got AC now. It's not going to be hot in here. I love it.
Can you? Yeah, we do have AC in the studio
yeah.
now.
There you go.
Can you hear yourself? Willie Cristal is here. How are you, Willie?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for letting me be the featured asshole today.
Of course, the featured asshole. That's true. Yeah, that is what you are. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming into the studio. It is Thursday. I am a little riled up. Here's the thing.
What's going on, Doug? What happened to you?
Oh my God.
You seem very upset about some promoting of the asshole name.
Well, you know what? We're gonna start a new feature on the show. We've done it here and there. You know, asshole of the week, all that stuff. So let's do asshole of the week. Asshole of the week.
Oh wow! This is like new age stuff. Wow.
Asshole of the week.
That sounds like the guy from
Today's
Silence of the Lambs.
asshole of the week. This week's asshole is podcast addicts Xavier Guillaume. I don't even know how to say his last name. I don't know. Anyway,
Guillaume.
whatever. Here's his LinkedIn. Anyway, this guy. All right.
Wow, you really called him out.
on
You put
this
his
guy.
picture up?
I don't give a shit.
What if he's watching this?
Good. Then I invited him on the show. So here's the deal. This is what's happening
What did
with
this guy do to you?
This is what's happening with the show, real quick, before we get into everything else. So, we're trying to advertise this show on different podcast platforms, trying to get it out there to people. We want it to succeed, obviously. Been advertising with great companies such as Overcast and some other ones. They worked with me because when you advertise a podcast, you are putting the name of the podcast out there to a public, and you're paying for it, but it says, I'm an asshole, right? That's the name of the show. I'm an asshole with Doug Bass. So asshole has been like disguised. I've put $2 signs as the S's, right? That's a little too close to the word asshole is what they're telling me. And I'm like, all right, I get that. So then Overcast was like, all right, you can put 2 asterisks instead of the S's and we will advertise that. That's fine. And put comedic a-hole stories and interviews or whatever. I'm like, great, I can do that. Great. So I submit the same thing to Podcast Addict and he's like, no, I can't do that. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous, he said.
Dangerous.
This guy, he's too dangerous. And I'm like, okay, I
What's
understand.
dangerous about it, though? Did he explain?
He said that he doesn't want to get banned from the Google Play Store, and he could lose his license or something like that. And I'm like, all right, okay, I get it. All right, you know what? I'm a decent person. Fine. So I'm like, what can I do? Like, is there any other way I can do it for you to approve the ad or advertise it? And he's like, well, you'd have to take asshole, the 2 ass. It wouldn't have to be in the title and the image. I'm like, what if I alter the name of the podcast? He's like, well, I don't think you should alter the name of the podcast. That'll confuse your audience. And I'm like, all right, well, you don't know my audience, first of all.
They're assholes.
They're a bunch of assholes, but we love them. No.
Wait. There's an audience?
Yeah.
You should have told him that. Like,
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
a second. Wait. you
people
think-
listen to this?
I was under the impression that I was the asshole of the week.
You are. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
get to you.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You're the in studio
You're
asshole of the
the
week.
featured asshole with
Yeah.
the asshole story. We're just, he needs to get this.
So anyway, so I'm like, okay, you know what? And then I start. And his initial email was like, and I can't advertise on Facebook. They won't let me put a-hole or asshole or anything like that. And I'm like, man, this is getting tough to like really advertise at places or whatever without being like penalized, And I'm like, all right, well, what if we change it to basshole? And like people know I mean asshole when I say basshole. My name happens to be Bass. It works, whatever,
You're an asshole.
and I'm an asshole. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna change the poster, the logo, the description of the show to I'm a basshole with Doug Bass, comedic stories and interviews. That's all it said for the submission to Podcast Addict. I send it, but he refunds me the first time, right? So I wait a day or two, and then I send it back in, and then he immediately writes back. He's like, "Why did you submit your podcast again? I told you I do not want to advertise this podcast." And I'm like, okay, well now it's a different name. There's no curse word in it. It says basshole, right? And it doesn't have any curse. It's
Could we show people what it looks like? I mean, I see the asshole behind Willie.
well,
right
yeah,
now.
I haven't changed that yet, but they saw it when I don't know.
I just love how you think like no one's gonna decipher that. Oh, put money signs.
Well, no,
What does he mean?
this is what I went with here. See, there it is, right there. All right, there's there's that. So cleverly, I'm like, trying to find loopholes around it. So I submit it, and then he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm like, okay, so now you're discriminating me, based off of my first submission.
Because you're white.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What if you do this?
What?
What if you change the A to an @ sign?
Yeah, and then 2 S's.
And then 2 S's, and then you have an H, and then instead of an O, you have a 0, an L,
yeah.
and then a 3, and now it's just like a password.
Yeah.
Now you
And
know.
then you need a passcode to decipher, like, to get into the podcast or something. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, I was like, this is like, now he's discriminating me. And we went back and forth on emails, arguing at each other and all this shit. And I'm like, this is just bad business. Like, he wouldn't even work with me on it. You know what I mean? And like, I could have changed the name of the podcast to Puppies, Rainbows, and Peace with Doug Bass, and he still would have been like, no, I'm not advertising it.
Did he call you an asshole?
No, and I said, "Do you know the name of my show? Like the original name of the show?" I was like, "I'm like, you maybe, I'm like, you know, if you don't want to talk to me, I'm going to talk about you on the show, and like, you're welcome to come on and talk and debate about this. But I don't like the fact that this guy is censoring artists, podcast artists in a way, because like we can say whatever the fuck we want within the recording here, like fuck this asshole, whatever. But like, you know, when we go to advertise it, it's like, oh, like I can't have a censored version of a curse word, you know, with it bleeped out, you know, on a poster or whatever.
Cunt.
So like, yeah, there's podcasts called Cum Town, and then there's another one called Cunt, but it's like spelled like K-U, I don't know, like some kind of weird way, you know. So it's like,
Wait, and he's producing.
no,
this?
he's not promoting those. I don't
not.
think. But like I was looking up like just other podcasts, you know, and like there is one called Cum Town, which is like a hit podcast. Apparently.
Why don't you find out who's sponsoring Cumtown and get on Cumtown?
Maybe I can get on Cum Town.
Yeah,
I don't know.
get that cum money.
Cum money.
Yeah,
Money.
man, you're gonna invest in cum rocket.
Anyway, the fact is that he's discriminating. Like even when I resubmitted it, I was like, dude, like that's fucked up. Like now there's not even a curse word. There's nothing wrong with the ad. It's rated G. You know, like you should not be discriminating me. You're only discriminating me based on the initial submission because now you know it's C asshole in basshole. So this guy, I think, is an asshole. He's a basshole, and I'm calling him out. And Podcast Addict. If anyone is podcasting and you want to like work with them,
this Podcast Addict.
fuck Podcast Addict. That's what I got to say. All right, go with Overcast. Go with everyone else.
So is he taking new submissions in general, or
He is not mine, but
who are his competitors?
he's all Android based, so it's like a big Android based app or whatever.
Classic.
Yeah, Rob, what is wrong? You don't think your mic's working?
Oh no,
It's working.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. Well, look, I'm a fan of the show. I like asshole, you know. But my only thing is like I look at the whole thing,
Right.
and to me, it's like if other people that he's like sponsoring, if like Kumquat or whatever was on there or something like that, then I would understand your anger. But if he's just not doing that kind of stuff or for what he's doing, then you know that's his business. So it's like Facebook banning
I
Trump
get
for
it,
6
but
months.
I do think he's discriminating in a way. Like if I had submitted this originally as I'm a basshole and he had never seen I'm an asshole, I think he would have approved it.
What if your name? I knew a girl named Cum Dumpster. Okay. Now, what if her name happened to be Cum Dumpster, and then she submits some, and that's my name.
Right.
Then he discriminates against her because her name is Cum Dumpster.
Well,
That
I
might
think you
be.
should submit that.
Yeah,
and then
let's
find out.
make a fake podcast called Cum
Wow,
Dumpster.
let's do that, and we can trap him.
Yeah, well, it's a trap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about other names for the show. Like I'm a shite. I'm a shite. Like
Arsehole.
I'm an arsehole.
Arsehole.
I'm
a jerk. I'm a Nimrod. You say?
Nimrod. I like Nimrod. I'm a
Yeah,
Nimrod. I'm
yeah.
gonna start my own podcast called I'm a Nimrod.
All right, great.
I'm gonna call up this guy, and he's gonna give me all the business.
Right,
Then
right.
I'm gonna shoot
exactly.
it here, and you're gonna be co-hosting.
Yeah. Well,
Backdoor.
That's what happens. I mean,
Backdoor.
I'm a backdoor.
I'm a backdoor.
I'm
I-
a backdoor.
I'm
No.
a backdoor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
that doesn't
this
make
really got me pissed off earlier in the week, and I just want to clarify that.
And Doug never really gets mad.
No,
so-
I'm a pretty easygoing person. You know what I mean? But like when we say basshole, if you see the podcast I'm a basshole on iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff, it means asshole, and we may use basshole just to get around this advertising loophole.
I think you're giving way too much to the audience. Like they won't figure it out.
No,
What
the audience
this?
is smart. I already made an announcement about it, and you know what? The audience is smart, and I know they know what's up and everything. And I don't know. It is what it is. But we just had to address it.
I think that you finally calmed down because a couple days ago you were
Oh,
flipping the fuck
I
out.
almost went on and did a solo like rant about it after I talked to this guy because I was like,
Didn't you do a rant solo one? It was like 15
I did.
minutes.
I did. Yeah,
I
did.
listened to
oh,
that.
you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold
What do you
on.
mean you almost
Oh,
did?
I
You
forgot
did
that
do
I did it. I forgot we have someone calling in. Hold on.
All
Let's
right.
see here. Let me see if I can get this working here. Hello? No. Hold on.
someone's talking.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you hear
Hear
that?
that, Willie? Willie, you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to know more about this whole backdoor Cum Dumpster.
Talk about that for a minute. I'm gonna try to get this person on the line. Hold on a minute.
Well,
What, don't you do a podcast, Willie? What's it called?
It's
Cum
called-
Dumpster?
it's called Cum Dumpsters Live in the desert.
Live in the desert in Palm Springs. That's right. You
Yeah.
got a little room back there.
It's called Bad Willie. We've got a little room in the back.
Bad Willie. What's it about?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Rob. It's actually a bring your own topic podcast. So really, all I do is
It's a bringer show?
No, it's a bring your own topic
bring your
show.
own topic.
So I'd be like, Rob, I want you to do my podcast. What are we going to talk about? I'd say, well, that's up to you. And then I would just sit there and
How's that working out for you?
You know, we've got a lot of footage. You know, we're looking for an editor. So if you know somebody,
All right, someone's trying to call. I'm trying to connect this phone.
Willie, I mean, you've talked about doing a podcast, and you're just like, let's just get drunk and just talk.
Imagine-
I'm like, no, we gotta have like something.
Hello?
You know. Oh, what's this?
Someone on the air? No. All right,
It sounds
this
like your wife's calling from the other room.
Oh shit! And they were just on, and then I hung up on them. Fuck.
imagine being in a small room recording a podcast, and it never really sees the light of day. And then, you know, after so long, you're like, it's really just a bunch of recordings of me drunk in a shed.
Yeah, is there like a selling
Oh, wait, here we go. I'm calling this person back that just called. Now we got to
I
connect
think it sells
finally.
itself.
For Christ's sake.
drunk in a shed?
Hello, you just called the Asshole Podcast? Bassel? Sorry, I disconnected you.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm having a little trouble getting through. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry for the
Hey.
connection.
No, I'm fine. Hey, you guys, I just want to weigh in on the whole trouble with the advertising process.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I went through the same damn thing, man.
Did you?
I had a
You're a
show-
podcaster?
Yeah. Well, I tried, but this was like back, beginning of the pandemic. I was trying to go with it. I got a little worn out.
Right.
But I had a show called Balls Out with Brian. My name's Brian Tomko from Jessup, PA.
Balls
How
out?
you doing, man?
Balls out. What was it
Well,
about?
it was just, I just was like going at topics hard, balls out. And anyway, the point is, I had an advertisement with a picture on it of my testicles outside my jeans, and he didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
The advertiser.
You tried to
Wouldn't
advertise with
wouldn't
Podcast Addict as well?
I don't even know you, and I don't like it either. So.
So wait, this guy gave you the same problem?
Oh, come
Podcast
on,
Addict?
man. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. What?
Just so I understand, your balls were in the shot?
In the advertisement, the first
Yeah.
one. I mean, when I tried,
Right.
I'm not surprised. My balls were out, and like he didn't like it. So I understand. You don't want the children to see that stuff. I get it. That was just the name of my show.
Balls
out.
Balls out.
Oh, and
All
it was
right.
advertised to children,
It
and it was
sounds
on
like-
Nickelodeon, or what?
And you
Sex-
tried
No.
No, so you tried to submit on Podcast Addict, and he said no because it said balls out with a picture of your balls?
Exactly.
All right. Well,
Exactly. Said no to that.
Yeah, but that sounds kind of. I mean,
reasonable.
yeah, I don't
Sounds
know.
reasonable.
Balls
You know
out, I
what?
think
You
is
should've-
fine,
No,
but the picture of your balls, I
You
don't know.
should
If
have
that's
put
good.
dollar signs on your balls,
Yeah.
and then that
Or
way,
maybe like
Yeah, you
At
could have
sign.
blurred out your balls.
put an
and- yeah.
asterisk right there.
Right.
on
So,
your
so
dick.
I went through a whole ordeal. Is my point. Like I understand that. He said no. So I tried another one. I changed it to balls to the wall with Brian. So I had a picture of my balls on a wall.
Oh,
He
like
didn't
Little
like
John.
that either.
And he still didn't do that.
You
Yeah.
should have done
You
it from the
changed-
windows
you
and then to
changed
the
it.
walls.
Yeah, you changed the title. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah. I mean, well, I changed my title, and there still was a problem.
Did you have a picture of your balls on the cover?
No, that was probably the
Take
mistake.
a picture of your balls,
Yeah.
resubmit it.
Listen, what's your name?
What's that?
What's your
My
name?
name's Brian.
Brian. I think
Brian?
you should just do a podcast call from the windows to the walls, and that's it. And then everyone knows that fucking sweat drops down my balls.
Right,
So,
right.
There's windows in my balls.
So you never even
cut out
started
the
your
balls.
But see, like
podcast?
even when I offered to the guy to get like technical, like I would get like scientific with the names, like I was going to name it scrotal sac tack, and just like keep the picture the same but change the word, and then have another one like getting testy with Brian. Like have
Yeah.
just
I
one
like
ball.
that one. Getting testy.
Getting testy.
Yeah,
That's
I like
good.
That. Yeah, that's a good one.
T-E-S-T-E? Getting testy?
Exactly.
So you never started your podcast,
You know,
is
it
what
was
I'm
like-
saying. You just gave up after this guy shot you down? He ruined your dreams?
No, I would record the podcast, but no one listened to it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I
That's-
made the
that's like this
advertising.
one.
It's
as
like Willie's doing.
Yeah. Have you tried?
You're taking Willie's motto of podcasting.
Did you have guests, or did you just talk to yourself drunk on a camera? Just out of curiosity. No.
I would start drinking about halfway through sometimes, but I had guests once, twice, but I mean they would be a listener, so I
Was
would
it your
prefer
right
they
ball?
be listening.
yeah. Did they pull their balls out? How does that work?
Well,
No, it was balls out with Brian. It wasn't balls, out with Brian.
balls out with
It was
Brian. Got it. Well, you know what? I think you should try again. Maybe submit to Overcast or Castbox, not Podcast Addict. Fuck them. But yeah, do it up, man. You fill out your dreams of talking about your balls or whatever you're doing.
I already sold my microphone, so I think I'm done with the podcast.
You
game.
just gave up. All
Sold
right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, no, I mean, it's it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sharing my experience. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to start a podcast called I'm a Dick. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is
Is your dick gonna
I
be
don't know
out?
where-
I don't know how that's.
I
Just,
don't know
just
where
make
we're
sure
doing
your
right
balls
now.
stay in your pants. You know
I
what I'm
don't know
saying?
where any of this is going.
Right. All right. Well, thanks for calling in. Good luck with your podcast.
Don't steal my ideas, guys. Later.
All right, man.
I was actually just gonna pull my balls out as part of this,
Alright.
but I
You
guess I
should
didn't
have. You
want
should
to.
have. Could I talk about what we went through
Yeah.
today earlier?
Make sure you guys talk. I don't know. Someone's saying the mics are not as loud.
that-
but you need to
I
just.
don't think
you
my
need-
mic's really working too well either.
No, I hear it. I hear it.
do?
It's
All
coming in on the levels. I don't know. Maybe it's the YouTube thing or whatever. But I don't know. Just make sure you talk into them like this.
Okay. We went to an open mic today at
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
2:00, and I thought that was pretty funny. Just like seeing the type of characters are out there right now.
Characters are out. They're coming.
Yeah.
They're coming back out of the woodwork.
Like that one guy that wasn't wearing a mask at all, and he just seemed like he was so like when they were cleaning the microphone, he was like sitting in the back like mad that they were cleaning the microphone. It's like, what? Why are they doing? It's like, bro, like just fucking wear a mask. I wanted to say something to him, but I'm not going to be that guy either. But that guy he seemed like a dick, and then he started talking about like gay people and like gay people like is the equivalent of having sex with a donkey, and it was like I'm sitting there going like, this is the most anti fucking like gay. Like it's just like, wow, this is the type of jokes that you're doing in this fucking room.
Really?
And then the guy that came up with the guitar and like he had that pizza song and that was fucking awful.
That was weird because I went right after that guy.
Yeah, but then
And,
and then he like bragged about being on the Gong Show, and then like he at one point when he began, he's like, yeah. I used to want to be a rock and roll star, but that didn't happen. I'm like, no fucking shit. You're at an open mic, you fucking moron. Like, what? Like, why are you explaining that to us? Like, oh, you're big time and you just showed up to the open mic? It's like, yeah, no, I didn't make it. I didn't make it as a rock star. Yeah, fucking egg.
Yeah.
And then he told that story. Okay, I'll end it on this. Was that he tells a story that he's like, yeah, my great grandfather was in Cinco de Mayo battle, whatever, Battle of Puebla, and he goes in this whole thing saying like how his uncle met like Richie Valens, and they said that his great grandfather was in that battle, and the song he was a captain, and the reason why he knows that is because Richie Valens sang it in La Bamba, and then he played La Bamba, and he said like yo no soy marinero, which is like I'm not a sailor, yo soy capitán, and then at the end of it he's all. Was that story true? I just was so mad. I just yelled them all, false! And I just like was so mad. Like, and then he's like, yeah, it wasn't true. And then that was the end of his set. And it was like, why did you just waste my fucking time, dude? Like, I just hate when people.
Well, at least it was funny.
No, it was not funny. It's horrible.
This
I get annoyed when I go to like any like.
You get annoyed on anything.
Yeah, I know.
You get
I know.
annoyed.
That's the name of the podcast. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
Rob's
annoyed?
I'm pissed off with Rob.
I'm annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah, always annoyed. But I was just annoyed at the fact that when people go to like an open mic and they
You're
just,
annoyed. You're
Yeah.
annoyed. Wasn't that the Domino's thing?
no, not annoyed.
No, that's
Annoyed.
annoyed.
Annoyed. Oh,
That's
okay.
annoyed.
Annoyed.
Annoyed. And
Yeah.
then you could dress up as the Domino's.
Well, I just hate when people go to a fucking show, like an open mic or whatever, and they just don't even know what they're fucking doing there. It's like, dude, like, why are you wasting our time? Like, why do
Well,
we,
that guy that went up before me, yeah, he was. I mean, first of all, he took 2 minutes to set up. I
And
was
you
like,
have fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he was Instagramming and living it. Like,
You were
like-
so mad.
Yeah, like,
You
no,
were
no,
so
he was
mad at this
Instagram
guy.
live, and he's like, oh, Instagram live, and he started talking to the camera as he's going up, and he's like, no one's watching anyways, and it was like, dude, like, it was so fucking.
yeah, he set up a whole production. That's what I was like. I was like, you got to bring a crew with you, man. To like, in and out. It was like, you setting up at the Garden for a concert or something.
It's just so fucking weird, man. Like,
Yeah.
people just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me ideas
Well,
though.
anyway, yeah, open mics are back, so yeah, check out the characters, I guess. at
Well,
open
I
mics.
mean, it's so hard to get stage time right now. Like, if you're not a fucking big name comic like Bill Burr or whatever, like Supernova,
Yeah.
and Improv, they're all like,
Nowhere's
every big fucking name is on every show right now.
That's
Like,
true. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't
That's not-
know. Well, Willie, how are you, man? How's it going? Willie is a comedian. Willie Crystal.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce your last name,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, that's right.
See, I almost pronounced it when I first met you. I was like, Willie Crystal.
I get that a lot.
Willie Crystal.
Were you
And then
a-
you're like Billy Crystal? No,
Yeah.
Willie Crystal.
There was a.
Were you a big hit in the 90s?
Yeah, I was a big
When
hit
everyone was
in
drinking
the early
Cristal?
90s.
Yeah.
The Cristal, yeah.
Yeah.
There was an episode of David Letterman where Billy Crystal was on, and he's making some joke, and I'm laying in my bed, watching this thing as I'm going to sleep, and Billy Crystal says, "Oh yeah," he like makes a joke, like my gangster name is Willie Crystal, and I get up out of bed, I'm like looking around, and I was like, no, nobody saw it or anything.
yeah.
but I was like,
Oh yeah, this is before DVR.
this is before
Live TV.
iPhones. It was before live TV. It was.
But the Cristal, like everywhere, like past the Cavassier.
I'll be like, yeah, and people are like, Cristal? Is it like Cristal? I'm like, yeah, it's like the champagne, and they're like, you're a loser. And then I'm like, that's the opposite of what I thought you were gonna
see,
say. but-
if I just heard your name, I would think you're black.
okay, that's
Willie
racist,
Cristal?
but- Yeah,
Willie Crystal. Willie Crystal.
I know, Willie Crystal,
Willie Crystal.
yeah.
or Jewish.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm Jewish, actually. So you
You-
hit that
you're
one
a
on the head.
Jew?
Yeah, it's true.
Fuck, I didn't know.
I could.
Wow.
I told you earlier when I guessed the
I didn't
15
know.
bucks in your pocket. I said, "That's 15 bucks, Rob. I know you got the money."
Okay, as long as you're making the anti-Semitic
Yeah,
humor,
yeah, yeah.
That's okay. If
I
I, do
guess
it?
we can laugh
Because
if
you're
you do it.
Jewish,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
can't do that stuff.
No.
I thought you were Jewish.
No.
No. People think I'm Jewish, but I'm
No,
not.
someone called me a kike, which later on I found out was a kike. But I read
Kika?
it. No, they call me a kike.
Kika, that's the
From
dog
one of
that I
my
watched. That
videos-
little dog.
Isn't DeRocha short for DeRochensburg?
No,
That's a
no.
Jewish name.
DeRocha Stein. That's what it was.
DeRochenstein.
Yeah, from the Steins.
DeRochenman.
Well, Willie, we're going into this right now. Doug,
Yes. Before we go into the asshole story, Willie, do you shave your balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Good. Because you know what? You should use smoothmyballs.com if you haven't.
I use
used
Edge
it.
shaving cream, and I've got this razor that I use too.
Let me tell you something. You're doing it wrong. You're going to nick your sack. You'll never nick your sack again with smoothmyballs.com. Their Turf Chopper 2.0 is a state-of-the-art male grooming device, okay? It's next level grooming for the next level man, I'm telling you. And if you go to smoothmyballs.com and use the code AHOLEPODCAST, you're going to save yourself some money. Right, Rob?
yes.
Did you use it?
Absolutely.
Rob, what do you
Yes.
think? What do you think?
I used the turf chopper on my balls.
Are you sure you're okay? It sounds like you were injured. You're laughing so hard, but you weren't with the
No,
turf
I
chopper.
just love that name because it's so, like I don't want anything named turf chopper by my balls.
But you have turf that you have to chop near your balls.
I don't call it turf. It's hair.
maybe like bush chopper or
Yeah.
something.
Bush
but
turf.
When you scorch the earth.
Weed whacker. I don't even know,
I
man.
know. Well, here's the thing. Look, it's water resistant, so you can bring it in the shower as well. That way, you don't have a mess
How
afterwards.
much is it?
It's very expensive. I don't know how much it is. They gave me one for free. I don't know.
Did they?
Yeah, I got it in my
Oh
bathroom.
my God! Let's see your balls.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you later.
No, let's do it now.
Well,
We've been talking about balls.
I'd actually like to
Willie
take
likes
it-
to show his balls around.
Yeah, I would actually like to take it for
Yeah.
a test run.
Yeah.
and see
All right.
if-
Well, we will try it out after the podcast. Smoothmyballs.com. Make sure you go there and use the code AHOLEPODCAST. Your balls will thank you. All right.
Does Cassie thank you?
She does. She
just never touches his balls.
No,
is the
never,
problem.
never. She doesn't even know I have the thing.
Yeah.
I shaved the whole thing off. I look like a child.
He
and
nicked
she
him
doesn't
off
even
with a
know.
I
razor.
could
That's how he
never-
got the.
I could never do that. That just looks so weird. Like I just,
No, I didn't do the whole thing.
oh man, I can
What,
never.
you left like a landing strip? What do you mean?
Yeah. You get creative. You know, I put my initials in it.
DB.
DB.
No, I comb my hair. I put like thrust.
You comb your hair?
I comb it to the
Comb?
side. Comb it to the side. You know, when I'm about to hook up.
Do you
know?
dye your pubes?
Yeah, I do because I don't want them. No, I don't have any white pubes yet. I don't have white pubes yet. Thank the Lord. That's,
That'll be another thing that we promote is pube dye or something like that. All right.
Could
Anyway.
you imagine if someone was so vain to fucking dye? The only reason you should dye your pubes is if you're a fucking porn star. That's about it.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, aren't they using the Turf Chopper 9000 to?
Oh,
take
now
care
you're
of that
adding
shipping?
9,000
Oh,
to it.
well, that
I just assumed that there was like an upgraded level from the Alpha level.
Turf chopper.
The
Yeah,
Turf
yeah.
Chopper
I just thought
9000.
it.
Turf Chopper 500. Yeah. Well, I'm
Does-
sure there'll be new models coming out. So grab life by the balls and get it. All right. All right. So Willie, this
Yeah.
is the I'm an Asshole podcast,
Yeah.
and you can be a basshole, you can be an asshole, whatever you want to call it, on this show. So people come on and they talk about a time in their life that they were an a-hole. It can be an isolated incident, maybe a chunk of time in your life. Maybe you're one right now and you're working through some shit. Any of those things. So what kind of story would you like to share with the audience today?
I wouldn't say I'm working through any of it. I would
No?
say I'm living in it.
You're living in
You know,
asshole world. Okay.
Every day is really an asshole world.
All right.
And I've got a lot of examples of when I've been an asshole.
Let's hear him.
Let's hear it. Thank you for admitting that you currently are one.
This is not something I'm hiding. I'm an open asshole.
Right.
There is one time that I was thinking about that I wanted to talk about just being an asshole, which I thought usually being an asshole, it's kind of for my own fun. Like I'm gonna laugh, and turns out at the end of the day, I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
And I was on an airplane. I was getting on an airplane. It was a Southwest Airlines. It was kind of right after 9/11, and I was staying up all night drinking because it was an early morning flight, and I wanted to make sure I made my flight.
Yeah.
And it turns out that as I was getting on the airplane, the pilot of the flight, it was his last flight. You know, he had gone this whole career.
Did he make an announcement? How did you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So you get on.
So this is like his
we get to the
retirement.
gate. This is
party.
his retirement last flight. And as we're getting on the plane, the flight attendants and the people boarding the flight are making a big deal of it. This is Captain Sully's last flight, or
Right.
whoever. it was.
Captain Sully?
It
No.
was,
You had Sully?
Sully's the only pilot name I know. So actually,
Okay. It could have been Captain Maverick.
it could have
Right.
been. It could have been Captain Doug and Rob. I don't. It
Okay.
could have been Carl.
whoever,
Really.
Captain, whoever.
Captain Carl, and so they were giving cake out on the way. The end celebration, we're doing this, and as you're taking off, they had these like fire hoses shooting water, and they're making a
What?
big to do with the whole thing.
Fire hoses.
Yeah, they were anyway. So
I don't,
we're taking
I'm
off.
picturing this scene and I just don't get it. Like fire hose.
They had fire hoses.
What a
as you
waste of
were,
water.
It was a. I don't know the logic behind it, but I'm
All right.
telling you.
So
there were
this
fire
guy,
hoses.
this is like a 21 gun salute for this guy's last flight.
Yeah, but there were only 2 water hoses. So we take off on the flight and we're in the air, and it's a normal flight, right?
It
But
just went out.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps doing that.
it's because I'm ugly. It turns itself off.
Okay.
And so the flight attendants got on the airline. They said, "Hey, thanks everybody for being part of this momentous day. It means a lot to the captain, Captain Carl, and whoever. And because it's such a momentous day, we want to have we're going to play some games." So they said, "We're going to take out a bunch of postcards from different places around that Southwest Airlines flies, and we're going to hand them out to anybody who wants to play the game. And the game is you have to write a message to the pilot, and you know, if he selects your card as the best message, then you'll win a prize at the end." So,
What was the prize?
well, we don't know yet. It's just a
Oh.
prize. It was like playing cards. It was Southwest swag. So I mean,
Okay.
it's not really.
You
Part
get
of
a
the
little, you get your wings or whatever.
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
And so I was like, all right, and I've been drinking, and so, you know, I clicked my button.
That's how most asshole stories start off. by the way.
Yeah, I was drinking, and so I hit my button, and they give me a card, and they give some other people a card, and it's like me, this little boy sitting next to me, and this woman with like this bright red lipstick, and they're just kind of looking at me like this guy's something's off with them, and I'd been drinking, so I wrote on the card, I've never had sex with a pilot before. And I borrowed the lady's lipstick. It wasn't weird, I guess, back then, but I was like, "Hey, can I borrow your lipstick?" And I put on this lipstick. And
It wasn't weird back then.
I kissed the card, and so I gave it back to the flight attendant.
The lady watched you put lipstick on?
Yeah, well, I don't
Her-
think she knew that I was going to put it on. I was like, "Can I borrow your lipstick?" And she was weirded out, and she's like, "Yeah, I guess." And so I did it, and I think she was probably disgusted at that point.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
be very disgusted.
Well,
That's like
the-
borrowing someone's chapstick.
Yeah.
That's already an asshole.
Yeah,
Like she probably thought you were gonna write like a love letter, and
Especially
lipstick
that
or
you're
something.
drunk
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, good.
Right.
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Well, yeah, it turns out she was not happy. But anyway,
can't
I give
believe
the
you
card back to the flight attendant, and the flight resumes. Okay? Towards the end of the flight, they say, "Good news, we've got a winner."
Right.
And I know, of course, I'm the winner because I wrote the thing about having sex with a pilot, and this pilot, Carl, is obviously a psychopath. But they click the winner, and they say it's the woman in 18C or whatever the seat was, and they start walking back. But instead of writing I was 18B. Instead of writing my letter, I wrote 18C, which was the little boy sitting in the middle. So when she comes back and she sees this thing that says, "I've never had sex with a pilot before," she came back and saw this little kid just sitting there thinking he had written the letter. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there hysterically laughing in lipstick.
So they were pretty confused.
I think they were confused. I didn't win the goodie bag, which was
What?
Southwest branded swag.
Yeah, I don't think that you won any.
And people just like looked at you.
They thought I was
oddly
an
the rest of-
asshole.
Yeah. No, yeah, you were.
Did they think you were an asshole? I mean, no one laughed at all.
I think they
Didn't
thought
the
I
pilot
was.
didn't think that was funny?
I don't think that anybody thought it was funny. I thought everybody would think it was funny.
Was he like QAnon? Like, I mean, the fact that you thought it was a kid and like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
I think they thought it was some kind of like their first instinct
I
was
think
like
that's
this
hilarious.
some kind of. That's what I said.
I mean, what? Yeah, that's a good prank. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's something where, yeah, you don't know how it's gonna work. You don't know, like,
so then you sucked off the pilot.
Yeah, and then of course I had to make good on my card, and I had to suck off the pilot. But you know,
There's a glory hole in the bathroom.
Southwest
Yeah.
swag is Southwest swag.
What was in the goodie bag? You don't know.
No, it was like playing
you-
cards and stuff like
Playing cards.
And you were just laughing?
that. No, I was hysterically laughing.
Were you
'cause
alone on this flight? Yeah.
No, there's
No.
like a bunch of people. And
No, I
was
mean,
sitting next to
were you
this kid.
traveling alone?
Oh, I was traveling alone. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you weren't with like a girlfriend or anything.
No.
You did this purposely just for yourself because you didn't even tell anybody what you were doing.
No, I didn't tell anybody because I thought in my head, I'm gonna write I've never had sex with a pilot before and kiss it, and then he's gonna come out and see that it's a little boy, and then we'll make fun of this guy for being a pervert.
But
That's where my head
what
was.
if
Yeah.
he would have had sex with the kid?
Well, then,
Would you feel bad?
yeah, I guess I
That's
feel
a-
bad. Yeah, I guess I didn't think it out. I guess I didn't think it through. I didn't know that he'd actually have sex with a little boy.
Wait, did the kid have his parents there too, or no?
I don't think. No, he was flying solo because I thought that maybe the woman with the
He was alone.
lipstick. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, unless he was
Part
with
of
the
you
woman
is
with the
like, I'm
lipstick.
never gonna see any of these people again. So who gives a shit?
You know what
right?
makes me laugh is because I think it's funny, and I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I would have never let anyone know that it was me. I would have never been laughing. I've been like, what? Who would do such a thing?
You'd blame it on someone else.
I think I remember like at first.
I'm shocked.
I remember at first looking like, oh, I don't. You have sex with a pilot before? This kid, like, oh, this kid must have said he was gonna have sex with a pilot. But then I couldn't help myself and I started laughing hysterically, and it kind of just gave the whole thing away.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What a dick.
what an asshole. Jeez. By the way, if anyone's listening, you can call and text us now at 323-689-4775.
I like that story, but is there anything else you got? Like,
Yeah,
you probably got some more.
there's you gotta have something else. I mean, that's a good prank. That's a good
good prank.
good prank.
Yeah.
A little
No
bit of an
one
asshole.
was hurt.
No one was hurt.
Yeah. Well.
Confusion. You know.
Yeah. No one was
Odd
hurt.
looks. Sure.
Um,
but what else you got? Yeah, Willie, come on.
You know, I kind of mentioned this earlier. I have the world record for most consecutive parties attended.
Oh yeah,
That's
100
right.
days, right?
Yeah, let's talk about
Well,
this.
so I have the world record. The record is 110, 111 days. I forget exactly what it was because I did more, but I got the record for most consecutive parties attended, and I got a world record. I said that I got the world record. I got a big check for like $10,000,
A real like a paper one, like one of those giant ones.
like the
yeah.
golfers got. Yeah,
Right.
Everybody always wanted one of those. I got one. I was super happy about the whole thing. And what happened?
Could you
was,
please explain more about this? Because like some people don't know exactly.
Yeah, so explain-
you had to party. I'll try to explain too.
Yeah.
You had to party 100 days. You party more than that, but you had to party 100 days. What considered a party was if there was what? How many people? 10 people?
10 people or more, and you have to ask them, "Hey, are you at a party?" And they would have to believably say, "Oh yeah, obviously we're at a party."
What if someone said like, I'm on a get together?
Yeah, what's the difference?
Well, I guess I would make the argument and take photos and be like, "See, this was
Right.
a party. This person's just stupid."
Can you
Have
just go to a
name.
bar and be like, I'm partying?
There were some times that I would go to a bar because there were birthday parties at the bar,
Right,
or there
right.
was something else.
Just
and I'd
show
be
up.
to go to Carol's birthday party.
So 100 days
Yeah.
straight.
So there was a drink company called Function Drinks at the time. They later got bought, but they were making a hangover drink, and they sent out a casting call, and this is 10, 11 years ago, and they said send in a video of why you would be perfect to go to 100 parties in 100 days, because if you did it, if you won this audition, you could then go to the 100 parties in 100 days. So
I want
sent in
to watch
audition
this video.
Oh, if you can
Yeah.
pull up the audition video.
Is it on
Is it
YouTube?
online?
It's on YouTube.
What do I type in?
I'd have to send you the link because
Oh, right.
I had to,
Keep telling the story.
All right, Rob will find it and send me the link.
I submitted this audition video, and I went through this whole process, and then I won. They're like, congratulations, now you have to go to 100 parties in 100.
So it was only you that got it.
It was only me that got it,
And-
and the whole deal.
And they
was
funded
that
the whole thing.
They funded the whole thing. They said, if you do it, we're going to give you $10,000. But they're promoting a hangover drink.
But is
So-
that like $10,000? That's your party fund?
No, $10,000 was my reward if I made it through 100 days.
So you have to pay to go drinking, partying, all this stuff.
They reimbursed me for, I think it was like 2 drinks a night and safe
How
travel.
do you party on 2 drinks a night?
Well, I know. But,
They
you
should have been
don't.
giving you a per diem
I
of
think they knew what I was-
$100 a day.
I think
at
they
the
knew
bar.
what they were getting into, and they're like, we're not giving this asshole money.
Yeah.
Increase his tolerance. But
Per diem, 100
Yeah.
a day, bar tab.
that's
period.
the first thing I asked. So what is the per diem?
What is?
Margaret?
Yeah, they're like, no, there is none.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
you have to
you
self
spend the money,
fund.
and then maybe you'll make it back
Yeah.
if you spend $10,000.
Keep your receipts.
Yeah,
Write it off.
I did keep my receipts. I was at 1099, so I was buying like shirts for parties, and I was buying like.
Oh my God.
And I wrote it all off.
That's pretty cool though. I mean,
It was a cool
Wow.
deal.
Yeah.
So I had to go to these, and I got super excited when I won. I was like, I can't wait. So I actually started partying early that weekend.
Did you get injured at all during this?
I mean, by the end of it, I was green. It's not like I slipped and fell into traffic.
It would have been horrible if you died during.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my god, look what we did.
Yeah. And then people would ask me, they'd be
Willie
like,
died on the 100th day.
Yeah.
The legend of Willie. Willie Crystal. What a name.
yeah. Well, I padded my stats. It was actually like 111.
All right.
But
You
I didn't
padded
want-
your stats?
Yeah, I didn't want anybody
Were you
to catch
doing
me.
steroids or anything like that?
Yeah, were you
to
doing drugs?
Keep up
Yeah,
with
no,
everybody?
I was not doing drugs. I was just
just making it through.
No
making it
cocaine?
through. Day 25.
Weed?
Day 25.
Strippers?
I remember being like, oh, there's weed, there's strippers, there's everything that was there. Day 25, I remember I was like super tired. I was like, maybe.
Were you
this wasn't
working
such a good
during
idea.
this? Like
Yeah,
a
so the
full-time
whole thing
job?
is that I had to work by day and party
Oh,
by
man,
night.
that's
because
fucked
the
up.
company wanted to show that their hangover drink works, because you could
Oh, my
party by
God.
night, drink your drink, and then
What
go
if
to
you
work the
lost
next
your
day.
job? Like, this is nuts.
I almost did lose my job. But I ended up getting through the whole thing.
Did you ever black out during this time?
Yeah, I did black out. Thanks for asking, Rob. I
How many
blacked out.
times did you get laid from doing this?
I don't remember the answer to that.
I'm just curious.
None.
None?
Nobody. I was
Not
such
one
an-
fuck
I was
during the
such an
100 days?
asshole.
Oh, my
people
God.
are listening. He
I-
can't.
I know. No, I'm sorry. I ask hard hitting questions.
Listen,
I'm
I
sorry.
was such an asshole. They said nobody will want to sleep.
No one. Yeah.
What a lie.
They're like,
But I would.
we
show
are
up-
live. I get it.
I would show up to these parties and be like, 100 parties, 100. They'd be like, get out of here. You're an asshole. And then I'd be like, oh, joke's on you. And then I'd drink my per diem and then get out of there.
drink my per diem.
Yeah.
Look at
why
you.
Why
man.
did you sound like a small Mexican when you showed up to the parties?
Everyone hears something different.
That's what you just sounded like right now. Like, hey, I'm here at the party.
I was like,
It's okay.
I'm here at the party.
Yeah,
I'll
It's
take my
very
2
nice.
drinks.
Man, that sounds like a good time, though. I
Yeah.
mean, and how old were you when
Yeah.
you did this?
I was 28, and I turned
Oh,
one.
perfect.
One of the parties was 29. Was my 29th birthday. I had
wow.
I had a niece that was born, so I had a birthday party. I went to like the ESPY Awards. I went
Mm-hmm.
to some movie premieres. I went to some house parties. So for 100 days straight, it was Memorial Day to Labor Day.
You should have filmed this whole thing, like, and made a movie.
I have a lot of footage from it. Actually.
You should turn it into a doc.
I could probably do that if I
Or
wanted
write
to
a
put the
movie,
attention
yeah.
to
Yeah,
it.
That's
based
a
off
movie.
your write a book or
Yeah.
a movie based off your.
I had a
Willie
movie.
Crystal.
I had a
Make
book.
yourself black too.
I'll just stick with being Jewish. But I had the.
No, Jews. Come on, they're not in Hollywood.
That's a fair point. My odds are better.
yeah.
I had a book treatment, and I sent it around, and everyone was like, "This is right around the time that Beers in Hell. I hope they serve Beers in Hell."
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
This guy's drunk exploits, and mine were somewhat similar. And I said, "Hey, here's this."
I thought you
book
didn't sleep with
treatment."
anybody.
No, what? Anyway,
All right,
nobody.
we
wanted
don't. We don't want
anything to do
anyone in
with it.
trouble. All right.
Yeah.
For Christ's
Yeah.
sakes. God knows there are. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. We
Well,
all.
how were you an asshole during this time?
I mean, I think if you met some asshole, some guy walking into a place and saying, "Hey, I'm doing all these parties. If I do it $110,000, you'd probably be like, just get out of my face. This
Get
guy's
outta
an
here.
asshole."
I'm trying to think what I would think. I don't know. I would be kind of like, I would be questioning it, and
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, wow, you fucking lucky guy. I don't know. Like you get the
I
party.
thought it was awesome.
Yeah, 28 years old. You can like,
Yeah.
you're still vibrant.
Yeah.
You can still fucking drink a lot. Wake up the next day like nothing happened.
Well, thanks to the product.
Thanks to the product, exactly. Did you do any other? You just drank and weed.
What I found out about the product is you drink a lot, and the more you drink, the more
Drunk you get?
the more drunk you get.
Oh, okay.
And
I
what
didn't
I
know that.
found is
Oh,
that
is
if
that
I
what
get
happened?
super
That's so
super
weird.
drunk, I would have to drink more and more of this
Right,
product.
right.
So at the end of the night, I'm chugging these like 4 bottles of this thing in hopes of waking
Tastes
up.
good.
But then I'd wake up and I'd have to pee. I wouldn't get good sleep.
Oh my god.
It was just a big mess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like the perfect thing to do in your 20s.
Yeah.
Would you do it again if it was offered?
Yeah. Yes.
You would?
Of course.
I
Yes.
would not.
No?
I would not.
Bullshit.
Fuck that. No, I can't do that.
No.
No, because dude, we go to a fucking brunch, and then we go to a fucking brunch. I'm in bed by like 9 o'clock. I'm done. So yeah, I wouldn't fucking want to like party like that. And then the next day, I'm like hung. I went out with you guys last night. Fucking
I know. And you went home early.
smoked a fucking fat ass joint.
You did? When was that? I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Oh,
Yeah.
after you left, you did?
Yeah.
Ah.
You were somewhere else, anyways.
It was a
and
huge
we
mistake.
smoked a fucking fat ass joint. We got fucking lit, and I was done, and I would not be ready to party.
I got super paranoid, and I was like, Rob, I gotta go, and then I took off running down. the
Willie
street.
thought someone was going to kill him. That's how good this weed was.
I was in.
Last night was weird. I don't know what happened last night.
What kind of weed is that? What kind of weed is that? Yeah, it makes me feel like there's a stalker.
So you guys got paranoid and ran out of Barney's.
No, I didn't.
No,
No,
we're at the
I-
house. I was thinking about the Citizen app and how I always see these messages
yeah.
come up about a man with a machete running around the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's Jason.
That's my joke.
That's
And then
Rob's
I,
joke.
yeah, and then I smoked Rob's weed, and then I was like within
Weed's the name of my dick. But
of his
go
dick,
ahead.
and I smoked his dick.
Yeah.
And then I started like looking down the street. It looked all eerie with the lights. I'm like, this would be a perfect place for somebody to get murdered by a man
Yeah.
with a machete.
And you never know these days.
And I
'cause
was like-
the town is nuts.
yeah, and I was like, Rob, I gotta go, and then I took off running.
But he didn't tell
ran
me.
away from
no,
you?
he didn't tell me. What was he's like, yeah, I just gotta go, man. I gotta go home. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
dude.
Willie seems like the kind of he like just disappears at some point. You're like,
And
what happened to Willie? I don't know, man. He ran away from us. He got paranoid and left.
yeah,
You know, like what was that movie with Nick Swartz and Grandma's Boy when they're like, oh, this
Oh,
weed's
yeah.
called the Frankenstein. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
put their hands up like Frankenstein.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the weed that we were smoking is called "You Will Die."
Yeah.
There's a killer out.
Yeah.
Killer out to get you.
It's called Citizen app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Citizen app, someone's gonna kill you. No, but that's I didn't even know. I just got so lit that I just went inside and just watched. I forgot what I watched. I just passed out. Like I had one more beer, but yeah, that was it. But like, what other asshole stories? do
Yeah,
you
what
have at
else?
your
What about like when you were a kid?
100
Were you an asshole kid?
Well,
No.
so here's something that I kind of had to deal
Oh
with. as a
wait!
kid.
I know an asshole story that you have.
You do?
Yes.
Wow. All right,
Really?
well, let's
the,
see.
The floor is on you. Go ahead and tell us about the times that you went to Ralph's and that the other time when you jumped out of a cab because you didn't have enough money.
All right.
That's an
Oh
asshole.
wait, yeah, you did tell me that. Yeah, say that on the
That's-
say that on the show. That's a
So
good one. That's a good one.
So
You did tell me.
I
this.
was out.
You were like a stunt man.
Yeah, I was more like a crash test dummy. But I was out. I was meeting a girl out at a bar years ago, and I remember we were there. We were doing sake bombs, and then she immediately said, "Here's a pill," and she put a pill in my mouth, and I swallowed it, and I was like, "What was that?"
Oh my god.
Like the whole thing is obviously like I shouldn't
Yeah.
have done that.
No, you asked
Like,
before.
You asked before. Like I made a huge mistake. I was young. I didn't even think.
Did you
it through.
like this girl?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
yes.
so
yeah.
you really like this girl. This girl just gave you a pill,
Yeah.
and you without any questions, you just took it.
Yeah. And
That is okay. Can we just stop right there? That's fucking insane. Like
Yeah.
I would never.
I would never
Yeah.
take a pill.
I would
like that.
never,
Yeah.
ever take anything from
I would.
anybody.
I would
Yeah.
pretend to take it. I'd be like, oh yeah, and then I'd spit it out. Or
No,
something.
I'd be like, what is this, and why are you giving it? Like, why is it
Looking-
free?
yeah, looking back, it was
Nothing
not
is
a
free.
good idea.
She must have been really hot. Did she like put it in you like in a like?
Yeah. Did you
Or
like
did she,
suck
like-
her finger after?
No,
you,
she-
you
I
Or
think
did
swallowed
she
it?
put it like in peanut butter? And
No,
then, like,
we were
had you
talking
eat it?
about
Like a dog?
something-
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I said you're
Here's
gonna
a
have
treat,
to insert
Willie. Hold
that,
on.
you're gonna have to insert that rectally, actually.
She's like, you ate the whole thing? What?
She said, we were just talking about sports or something, and she's like, here, and she's like, and I'm like, okay, thanks. And then I was like, what was that? And she
Tic-tac.
said, no, I think I forget exactly what it was. It was
You
like,
don't even know.
You
I
don't
think
even
it
know
was,
what it
I
is?
just forget. I remember at the time. I think it was like Vicodin or like an Oxy or
Vicodin?
something crazy. And I had been doing sake bombs before, and I was like,
that's a horrible mix.
yeah, no, I'm almost
Oh,
done.
you just go to sleep.
No.
No, yeah, you don't go to sleep.
No, with a
You-
Vicodin.
No,
You
your
go-
body thinks it goes to sleep,
Oh.
but your
Yeah.
mind keeps going, and you still
Yeah.
keep walking.
So shortly thereafter, she's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go on a date. See ya. And she leaves.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
date?
She went on a date with
Oh,
somebody
God.
else
So she just drugged you.
and then took off.
So you are having
So-
a moment where wait, she puts this pill and then she just runs away like you ran away the other night.
Yeah, similar to that.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm thinking, and now I'm just like a bunch of sake bombs deep. I just ate this pill. And now I'm like feeling like I should probably go home.
Yeah.
But I was hungry. So what had happened was I got a cab. They didn't have Uber back then, and I got a cab, and I just have a bad history with Uber drivers. Not Uber drivers, taxi drivers. And if you remember, they were scumbags. And some of them still are scumbags.
You also
Expensive,
hate the show
yeah.
Taxi, right?
I hate the show Taxi.
Really? Why?
No,
I'm
it's
just
fine. It's fine. I like the show Taxi.
Classic.
But me and cab drivers just never got along. So I didn't have any cash to my name. I hail a taxi, and we're going south on La Brea from Hollywood. We were in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I remember kind of crossing, if you know the streets, obviously it's Melrose and then Beverly. And I had lived off Beverly, and I remember thinking, if I can get out of the car between Melrose and Beverly and I could just take off running, then I won't have to pay for this cab, which I can't afford. Plus, I can't really feel anything anyway because I've been drunken on those
Oh
pills.
my god.
So as the car's driving, it's probably driving like it's not super fast. I remember
10
it was,
miles, 15 miles.
I don't know anyone that's ever done this. But
I remember it was slowing down towards Melrose. So and it was probably going like 15 or 20, like not super fast, but fast enough to fuck you up. And as it's slowing down to the stoplight, I just open the door and I'm like,
Why didn't you wait until he stopped at a light at the stop
like
sign?
a stunt man.
because what my thought process was that if I jump out now, I can start running. Then this guy's halted at the stoplight. I buy myself extra time to get away.
Right.
So I rolled down the street, and after laying there for about 45 seconds, I got up and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I took off running. Now I'm running south on the street, and I look back, and the driver's still at the stoplight. But I'm just like running as fast as I can, and I think I'm wearing like a tuxedo printed T-shirt too.
So you didn't even have to jump out of the car when it was moving, but you still did.
Yeah, you could have
yeah.
waited till you got to the stop sign,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
did not.
That's
And
how
I've got-
retarded.
That's
you
how
were.
fucked up you
And
are.
I've got and I'm like bleeding. I'm bleeding out of my elbows and my
Oh
face.
my god. How much was this cab, you think, at that point?
I'm glad you'll find out.
All right.
So I'm running south on the street and I'm just sprinting as fast as I can out of my mind. And then some time goes by and I look to my right and the cab driver had caught up to me and he's just pacing me right now in the street. And he's like, I want my money, you know? And I'm like, oh shit. So I try to like go into some nooks and crannies.
He got out of the car or he just drove
No, he's
back?
pacing me.
Oh, okay.
Like he doesn't need to get out of the car. He's just
Yeah.
driving, watching some asshole run down the street that just jumped out of your car. He's bleeding everywhere, dressed like in a fucking tuxedo shirt. So I'm running down the street, and then I kind of take some turns to try to lose him, and he kind of does a U-turn right when he hit Beverly, because that's where I was going. So he U-turns and he blocks me off from running, and then he gets out of his car and he grabs me.
Whoa!
I
And
don't
I was
remember
like-
this part.
And,
Oh.
and I remember wrestling with him, and I just
What?
shoved the guy. I shoved the cab driver who wants his money, who reasonably
You
so.
are such a dick.
Shove him, and he kind of
Give me my money.
falls into his cab and like over the hood and just kind of like tumbles. But I used that time to run away. Now I knew because he was so close to me, I didn't want to run home, you know, because then the guy knows
Right,
where I
because
live.
he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ran into the Ralph's grocery store on La Brea and right
Oh,
behind
this is my
Beverly.
favorite part.
So I walk into Ralph's and I'm wearing this tuxedo T-shirt.
He's bleeding.
I'm bleeding. I'm sweating. And I go get a bunch of like licorice and shit. I'm like, oh, I'm
Licorice?
safe now.
This is trying
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was hungry
need
for
some
licorice.
licorice.
So I go get
The
all this
cherry flavor or
candy.
the one that no one likes?
I would definitely got red for sure.
All right.
I would not have got the
Red
disgusting
vines?
kind.
No, not red vines.
No.
Twizzlers.
It was just not black licorice. I would not drink Jaeger licorice. And so I get this candy and I go up to the front and I'm up in line and the person is looking at me just like sweating, drunk, on pills.
He's bleeding.
And I'm bleeding.
The part that makes me
and
laugh the
and
most.
they just kind of they're staring at me like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Listen, there is a cab driver outside and he's trying to rape me."
Oh my god.
You didn't say
Is
that,
there-
did you?
Yeah, and I said, "Is there a back door to this
Wow.
place?" And she's like, let me check."
Yeah, it's in the back.
Yeah. Where would I find the back door?
In the back.
So she goes to the
I
security
can't
guard.
believe you fucking said that he's trying to rape you.
Yeah, the driver. And so I go, so she goes over to the security guard and I see him like looking and checking me out like, the fuck is with this guy? He's drunk and whatever. And so the security guard leaves, he goes outside and then he comes back pretty quick and he goes, that guy's not being raped. He owes this cab driver money. The cab driver's outside. And so I'm like, oh shit. So the security guard grabs me. I had my licorice and whatever else, and the security guard grabs me and takes
Yeah,
me
don't forget the
outside.
Wait, time out. You didn't have money, so how are you going
Yeah.
to pay for this?
And I said, so he takes me outside and they say, you owe me this money. So they send me back inside. So they give me this ATM and then I get a bunch of cash back. And the cab was like $30. And so I get the 40. I get it all in singles.
Wait,
I
how did
back
you get the
lady.
money? Someone.
I had to go back into the
Oh,
ATM
okay.
because the security guard took me outside. The cab driver, his name was Jean-Luc was what it was. Because I remember the cab driver
Jean-Luc.
and the...
Was he black?
What? No.
No,
What?
Was he
No,
French?
no,
Was
because
he
I
French?
I know it's Jean-Luc, and I was hoping that you guys...
Was he
Was
French?
he a cab driver? I don't exactly know what
French?
his ethnicity or
The
background
French are
was.
assholes.
And so I had to get this cash out. I had to break it. So, oh fuck, I forgot an important part of the story.
Oh my god, go back, please.
I had
People
to
are
tell the
getting
story
confused.
so long. So as I know, so
You got
as I'm
raped?
running to this is an important part. As I'm running to Ralph's, I had beaten up the taxi guy, and I'm running to Ralph's.
Now
And
you've
as
beaten
I'm-
him up.
Well, I pushed him over, right? And as I'm running to Ralph's, I forgot to tell you this important part is that I called the police.
Oh my God.
And I said, you got to help me. I'm getting raped by this cab driver. I'm at the Ralph's on 3rd Street. And then I ran inside.
All right, yeah, you right now are the biggest asshole that's ever been on the show ever. That is insane.
You might get a prize.
So
Wait a minute. Didn't they have a camera in the cab, like one of those dash
No,
cams?
no, this is before that. This is-
All right.
Wait,
before that.
flag on the play. Hold on,
All right.
hold on. Willie, I didn't think I knew this story, but this is
You're accusing someone of rape.
I cannot believe that you did that. And then the fact that you actually had money, because you could have just went to an
I mean,
ATM.
I did have money in my bank account. I guess I could have figured it out, but I was like, I don't got money on me.
You know what's
I'm
interesting
just gonna
though?
jump out
But
and
but
run.
this is yeah. I mean, but this is the thing with the cabs. When you used to take the cabs, they wouldn't take the cards.
Yeah, they also wouldn't take cards. They would only take cash.
Or they would take them because I remember I didn't take many cabs back when I just walked or just drunk or just stayed home. When I remember taking a cab once in Hollywood, and I remember like going like maybe like 5 blocks or something, and then trying to pay for a cab, and the guy was the biggest asshole. He was like, "Are you kidding?" He's like, "You don't have cash?" He's like, "Fuck," and like he got pissed because he had to take out one of those old fucking machines,
Cab
get
drivers
the
are
number,
assholes.
and all
You
that.
remember
Yeah.
the?
Yeah, he had one. He had to take that out. He
had
was
to
so
deal-
annoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to deal with that. So I get all my stuff. I get this money, and I'm walking outside of Ralph's, and I have to confront John Luke or whatever, and he's like, "Where's my money? Give me my money." So I'd taken this wadded up cash that I'd gotten from the teller, and I go, "There's your fucking money," and I threw it at him. And right when I was doing that,
What? No tip?
yeah, he's like bending over, picking it up, and right as he's doing that, the police car shows up with his lights on. They're there to get a cab driver who's raping some guy.
Oh my God.
And then when the cab driver looks back, I take off running from Ralph's, and then I run home. I get away scot-free, and I wake up the next morning. I've got blood all over me, like it's this big tortilla.
How
I just
drunk
feel-
are you? You fucked up.
I mean, I was on sake bombs and
And
Vicodin.
that
Vicodin,
pill,
the Vicodin pill, man.
Yeah.
That's I never got into those pills. Like a lot of my friends from the valley.
Yeah.
They all were fucking pill heads. Like they were like fucking doing meth, and then they started doing
my
like
God.
fucking pills. A big group of them, whatever. And like I could just never get into that because I remember just taking one time. I took half a Vicodin and I had
Well, everyone
a
that-
glass of
yeah.
wine, and I was all of a sudden like loopy. Like I
don't do pills.
Everyone
I
that
never
comes
did
on
drugs.
this show, we give a Vicodin prior
Yeah.
to them coming on, so they.
That's fine. I didn't drive, so actually I'll probably get a cab ride home and then.
Start drugging the guys.
Beat 'em up in a
Get that
Ralph's
asshole
parking
story
lot.
out of them.
Yeah. Which is
That
fine.
that definitely takes the cake. I think as far
That
as
is
asshole
the
stories. Yeah.
craziest story that I
You
'cause
got home safe. He got his money.
He
and
got his
no one
money.
was arrested
He
for
might have
rape.
gone to jail. Well, we
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
That
You don't
either.
know.
No, I took
Yeah.
off. I used.
He's
that
actually
opportunity to
still
run.
in jail. I've looked him up.
Yeah.
and he's
He's-
still in jail for raping.
We actually
Oh,
have
we have a
have
caller?
him here today, and
We have
he's
a
gonna
caller?
rape you. No.
Yeah.
See, I wish
Luke,
your
so good
buddy
to
would
see
have
you
called.
again.
I know.
as
Well, I didn't
Jean-Luc.
know. I didn't. Well, yeah. I mean,
That's what we should be always doing.
yeah. We should just keep someone on payroll in the
Yeah.
closet, ready to call.
That would be a fucking amazing phone call.
I know,
Like
I know.
Jean-Luc called.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Willie.
There was this other time.
We meet again.
There was this other time. There was this other time I was at a bar. I was wearing the same tuxedo T-shirt. I remember because I just thought it was the funniest thing.
Fucking egg. Let's go get that shirt.
I have it. somewhere.
I think
have
you
it.
should wear it tonight.
That's definitely
Maybe I'm
that's
gonna.
definitely an asshole shirt.
It's definitely
The
an
tuxedo
asshole
That is a
t-shirt.
fucking
Yeah.
huge asshole shirt.
Like someone shows up like at a gathering or something. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this
Yeah.
this guy.
Fuck
There you go. This is good as
Be like, I'm sorry. I thought we were here to party.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever worn something like that was like at a bachelor party.
Right.
Where
Well,
we
that's what they're
all
for.
wore it.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they're for. Yeah.
Well, I did get it at a bachelor party.
oh, there
actually,
you go.
so.
All right, you had to reuse it. Yeah.
Yeah. This other
Well,
time
yeah.
I was wearing that same shirt and I was drinking at a bar and I see a short girl on the other end of the bar and she's kind of winking at me and I kind of give her a hey, how's it going?
She a midget or a short girl?
Well, I'll get to that.
Oh.
Little person.
And I go over to her and I start chatting for a little bit and I'm really drunk. And I start making out with her
Listen,
at the bar.
time out. You don't ever have to tell us that you're really drunk because
Right.
we just assume
We just
that.
assume you got a tall
All
boy in your hand right now.
All your stories.
So I was out here minding my own business, drinking my tall boy, and this girl across the bar, she winks at me. We start chatting, and I start making out with her. And when I make out with her, I kind of squeeze her boob, and I'm like all hot on that. I'm like, I squeeze her tit. And then, that's kind of the end of the night. I found out later that she was not a short girl in a thing. She was like a
man?
She was a girl in a wheelchair, and when I squeezed her boob, it was actually her colostomy bag, and she was at
What?
the bar. Yeah.
You didn't see the wheelchair?
No, I didn't even think about it. I just was like,
Come
hey,
on.
short stuff. Like, because I saw it from the other end of the bar.
Did you titty fuck her colostomy bag?
No, I just squeezed it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is this big misunderstanding.
So they didn't even see the wheelchair.
So she how? Damn, that's how fucking drunk
Oh
you
my
were.
God.
My
Willie, we got
God.
a party. Jesus.
Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are some good moments. These are some
Yeah.
good moments. Good a-hole stories for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you thought it was a fucking tit. And
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
You're
squeezing
squeezing,
it,
then it starts
getting off.
leaking. You
I
pop a
remember-
hole in it.
I remember not thinking like I'm gonna look for her tit and grab it. I remember just reaching my hand up and grabbing something.
I'm gonna
and
look for her
squeezed.
tit.
And it was not a tit. It was her bag of shit.
Oh.
So
Good thing it didn't break.
embarrassing, am I right?
Good thing it didn't break.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is so.
You know what? The story probably ended. You probably went home with her.
Yeah. You wheeled her right out of there, and I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Come with me. If
Probably
you wanna
jumped
live.
off her wheelchair and didn't want to pay her money.
I'm not a.
You took her wheelchair
I'm not
home
a
instead of a
dick.
cab.
I'm an asshole.
What if he? Yeah, he woke up the next day with a wheelchair. Like, where the hell did that
Just
come
take
from?
me down this hill, La
I was like,
Brea,
I don't
La
get
Brea
along-
to Melrose.
I don't get along with cab drivers. Why don't you take this cash and then
Yeah.
I'll take your chair and I zoom
Oh
home.
my god.
Willie, I still can't believe that you fucking said that the cab driver was trying to rape you.
I needed to get out of that situation. I
Yeah,
thought
but
that would
like-
attract the
but
police.
like-
But that's fucked up. And what if they really like arrested him or
Look,
something?
I know. Look, I know how fucked up it is looking back. Like
Right.
I'm not justifying.
And how
my
long ago was
actions.
this? 2 years ago?
That was March of 2020, right in the
This
heart
was during
of
the
COVID.
pandemic?
Yeah, during the pandemic. I was like, I'm gonna eat some Vicodin and go for a tumble. No, that was in.
God.
That was a while back.
Oh my god.
You know,
well,
your 20s,
you
I-
made it
I-
home. The cab
Yeah.
driver. We don't know what happened.
I lived. I passed
Jean-Luc.
my 20s.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Well, Willie, you really put yourself out there today. You really did.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm proud of you for coming on this show and telling us your finest asshole moments.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them. I think these are the top ones we've had on the show.
No, this is easily top. No, this is the top one.
This is the top one.
You just rose.
You just won the top
number
asshole
one.
top asshole award. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to keep track of these, and I think maybe we'll have to have the best of, and people might have to compete for a prize
Yeah.
at some point when we figure that out.
This is why I liked Willie on the show. Willie, you did come on. You came on strong. You
Yeah.
fucking told us you didn't fuck around. I know I questioned your asshole story, the first one.
Yeah,
But,
I thought that was funny. That was a funny thing that I thought that would go over well, and it did not go over well.
No, it did go over
the
well.
Cel-
Not with
Captain
you guys.
Sully
I'm
thing.
talking about Captain Sully.
Right,
the,
right.
the
Oh,
people on
Captain
that.
Sully.
I don't care if you guys thought it was funny or not. I thought Captain Sully was funny.
Well, you are a real asshole. And we learned a lot. We learned that Willie, if you're on a flight with Willie, he may write you a note or
Yeah.
write the captain a note in a fucked up way, saying that he's never slept with a pilot or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just trying
Passing
Yeah.
naughty notes on the plane.
I'm picturing Captain Carl like fucking like,
Yeah.
oh, we got a winner.
Exactly.
We got a winner.
That's
You know what-
what
you know
I
what'd be
thought
great?
was so funny. I
Yeah.
was like, I know that
You
pervert
probably
is
smell
gonna.
the lipstick.
What if he kept all of them and in his elder years he's looking through them and just reminiscing.
He's like,
oh,
and then
I
he's like,
remember this.
yes, the boy in 18B.
Yeah.
No, he knows you by first name, Willie Cristal. He
Yeah.
knows you.
Yeah.
Well, we learned about that. We learned that Willie will partied for 100 days
Yeah.
with the Maxim top 100 party days or whatever it was called,
Something like that.
something like that. And he funded it himself and then got paid back some of it.
And next time I'll tell you about the time I had to shit my pants the first time I was in second grade.
Yeah, save that one. Save that one for next time. And we also learned that Willie will jump out of moving vehicles, cabs,
Yeah.
to avoid paying and accuse someone of raping him to get out of a bill.
You make it sound much different.
Well, I know.
What do you
Contextually-
mean? It's exactly
But this is the recap. I got to recap this in like 10 seconds. so.
Contextually, I think maybe we're a bit off, but that is exactly what happened.
Right. Well, Willie, you really put yourself out there, and now there's only one thing left for you to do. When you come on the show, you state your name and say that you're an asshole. So the floor is yours.
Thanks, Thanks, Doug. Hi, my name's Willie Cristal, and I'm a big asshole.
There you go, folks. Willie Cristal, and he is an asshole, but he came on the asshole show and redeemed himself today by letting it all out, so he can go in peace now. Willie, thank you for coming on and really going for it.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Pleasure's mine.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Willie, we have a show coming up at the
Yeah.
Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood on
Yeah.
May 19th at 8 p.m.
Jamie Kennedy's on it.
Jamie Kennedy's on it.
All three of us are on it.
Jeff Dye is on it. All three of us are on it. Some other people, Sharon Houston,
Sharon Houston,
maybe
Mara
a couple,
Danielian,
maybe a couple other people. I don't
a couple
know. I
other
don't know.
people.
No,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all the people.
Well, we
and
keep,
then we got to
we
put
keep
other people.
we keep people in anticipation. So
then
maybe maybe there'll be surprise guests.
The
Buy
owners- the
tickets
owner
at the
spots.
Eventbrite.
Yeah.
You can find the Eventbrite on the Instagram, my Instagram page, and everyone's Instagram page. So buy tickets early. You'll save some money.
Isn't
May
it
19th.
weird? Like, can we talk about a comedy club right now? I'm not going to name the name of it.
Sure, go ahead.
But there's a comedy club right now where, like, if you're like doing a show there, they put like 3 of their members, three people that work there on the show,
Right.
and it fucking sucks because they fucking are horrible.
It wouldn't be the club where
No, it's
oh,
not. No. I'm talking about something different. It's a fucking different place where like they put. It's like so weird. Here's just to anybody that wants to own a comedy club. If you own a comedy club, do not book a comedian to book the people because they're gonna just book themselves, and make sure that they're a funny comedian if you decide to do that. But I don't know. I just want to say that.
Right.
I'm
Well,
not gonna name the club.
You know, comics are selfish when it comes down to it. Everyone wants to get on stage. They think, everyone's hot
They're always
shit.
telling
Whatever.
stories about jumping out of cabs.
Yeah, you got to do that. You
I
gotta
just
do
don't
that.
understand how people think they're hot shit when, like, yesterday, like, we watched the show and it's like people are bombing and it's like,
Well,
what
look,
is fucking
everyone's getting
happening?
back into it. They haven't done it in a year. You know, I don't know. Give them a chance. That's all I'm saying. But yes, they shouldn't be running lights and overtime.
It's
and
fucking weird.
It is
I
weird.
can't name the club, whatever.
No.
But anyways,
I'm not gonna name names.
But it's going to be a good show.
It's gonna be a great show. So make sure you guys get your tickets. It will sell out. So get them in advance.
yeah, $10 tickets.
$10.
$10
Advance.
tickets, 20 at the door, right?
Yep. 20 at the door.
So get them early. Get them early, and the food and drinks are great.
Or get them at the door, honestly. As
And
long as you
then-
get them.
yeah,
Just
spend
get 'em
more
at the
money at the
door.
door.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you-
Procrastinate to the last minute.
Yeah, just
Make
as
your
long as
plans
you
10
got-
minutes
you gotta
before.
buy the
Yeah.
tickets.
We're going to be
Just
giving
go.
out a used turf chopper.
Yeah, we will be giving out my old turf chopper. So used
Lightly
by
used.
Doug
Doug's
Bass.
Doug's
yeah.
upgrading to the 9000
Yeah.
that
They're
actually
sending me
circumcises
they're also sending
also.
me a free grooming kit. I don't know what that includes, but we'll see.
Is there like an at-home circumcision option?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't
want
wanna do that.
I didn't.
At home.
What do you-
I didn't want
Willie is so odd at times, but I love it.
I'm just thinking.
Fuck?
It's not a subject.
At home.
circumcision?
Yeah.
Is
Hey,
this a
look,
Jew?
if
It's
there
a vertical. It's
look,
a
if there's a
vertical for the
company,
product.
if there's
How
a
do you make the
company that
product better?
owns a at-home circumcision thing and they want to sponsor it on the show, I will sponsor that. I don't give a shit as long as it works.
live demos.
At home brisk.
Yeah.
Baruch atah is-
All right. Well, what else? Do we want to talk about anything else? To plug anything else? Everyone's Instagram. Everyone knows that. I don't know. That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's
well,
it?
Willie, plug in your Instagram.
Yeah.
Mikey's brother official. My brother's
is
name,
that? Oh, yeah.
My brother's name is Mikey.
Okay.
Obviously.
Mikie, Mikey. I'm his brother officially. So I put Mikey's brother official, and it seemed like a reasonable, logical thing.
Did you get a blue check mark or anything like that, or a green
Yeah,
one?
they will not verify.
Does your
that.
brother like it? Like Mikey's brother?
It gets really confusing when I try to tag or I get tagged or something, and he ends up because his name is Mikey, and that's
Right.
his
Well,
name.
that was. I mean, I always go to look for you, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what is Willie's fucking name?
Yeah.
It's not
well,
even his name.
You
I'm
gotta
like,
be like, well, what's his brother's name?
Yeah,
His
well, I don't
brother's
know
name
your
is Mikey. Well, you kind of do.
now
you
I
kind of do.
Now he's famous.
Yeah.
You know Mikey's brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. Well, we got to go. All right. This has been a great show. Guys, thanks for subscribing to the show. Make sure you subscribe to A-Hole Podcast on the social media channels, YouTube channel at Doug Bass Comedy and A-Hole Podcast. Subscribe to the show. Tell 2 friends. We appreciate it. And remember, folks,
No, tell more friends.
tell more friends. Tell 5 friends. Go from 2 to 5.
What if they don't have friends?
Then
Maybe send some.
we are their friends. We are their friends.
All
And thank you, all the bassholes, assholes out there for supporting the show. Shout out to Denise for donating to the show. Thank you.
Denise, we love you.
We love
Thank
you, Denise. Thank you. That will go towards streaming.
Denise has
services or something.
amazing cookies in a bakery, and I don't know, you got to look it up. It's called D's Delights on Instagram.
Yes. Oh, and Willie, is there anyone that you would like to nominate to be on the show as a future asshole sitting in the chair where you are?
I would like to nominate my brother, Mikey.
Mikey. Okay, great. Yeah, we could officially meet Mikey.
Yeah.
Your brother.
Yeah,
Mikey's
he's an
older brother.
asshole.
All right.
He's
all right.
he's a plenty good asshole.
All right, Mikey, you should come on the show and
Yeah.
see if you can top your brother.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, I try to tell somebody who was trying to rape me, and it's
It's like I used to drive cabs.
Yeah, I jumped out of a plane and said the pilot tried to rape me. All right.
I still can't believe
All right. We got some good shows coming up next week. And remember, folks, don't be a basshole or an asshole. But if you are, laugh about it and talk about it. We'll see you soon. Bye.
You've been listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. Please subscribe to us on all streaming platforms. Have a good asshole story? Email us at doug@dougbasscomedy.com. We'll see you next time.